Alright guys, so I'm filming this intro as the sun is rising, and it's quite amazing. We're out in the sound, middle sound, and it's still pretty chilly. Water temps are 55, so I still got the dry suit on. It's pretty crazy. It's end of May, still wearing the dry suit. But we're headed over to find some fluke. Fluke is the main goal. Definitely sand eels again this year. I was catching a couple short fluke out west, you know, in the western sound locally last week, but those are all shorts, very close to shore, and they were spitting up sand eels, but I really wasn't finding bait. What I want to do is come over here where, you know, the likelihood of finding sand eels is pretty high, and hopefully we can find fluke on them. Yeah, so even though the water is cold, I still think if we find the bait, we can find fish that are willing to bite. Yeah, we gotta watch the birds too. See, here's a bird. And that's the bird we want to watch. The terns, the smaller terns are the ones we want to follow. All right, check back in when we find something. 5-inch gulp jerk shad on a 3/8 ounce jig head. Just make sure it's aligned. We got 15-pound test leader and 8-pound test braid. Cruising along the ledge, looking for bird activity. I see birds coming and going, but they're not on any bait yet. For the time being, we're just gonna be casting around. I'm just trying to make something happen. I see birds out in the distance over here. I'm gonna try and slowly make my way to them. They're a bit of ways away though. Oh my gosh, there's so many more birds over here. Another bird diving. Alright, so we're just gonna keep an eye on the birds, and now keep an eye on the screen too, see if we can find some clouds of bait. Splashing, lots of splashing, that's what we want, come on. Oh, splash here. Starting to mark little things on the bottom now. Just start casting and retrieving. We'll get this balloon. That's a good luck. Oh yeah, marking stuff under me. Oh, I think I had a bite. There we go. That's a small fluke for sure. Might be decent. Oh. Alright. I lost the first one. That's alright. I'm pretty sure there's more out there. So that guy we caught right around here. Getting some more marks on the screen. It's just like they come and go though. Oh, definitely a fluke. Starting to come in now. It's not a keeper. Whoa, you see those sand eels that he's throwing up? The hardest thing about today, I think, is going to be finding keepers. There's a lot of fish on the screen. Oh my gosh, what is that? Bluefish? Looks like a bluefish. Scared the heck out of me. Bluefish scare the heck out of me. I don't know what it is. Here's a little patch of fish again. It's like they come in waves, these fish. I don't know, maybe those are the sand eels. I don't think so though. I think the sand eels are gonna be like cloudier. Really don't see the birds anymore. But I'm gonna try drifting this little contour a little bit where I caught that fluke. So I'm just gonna kind of go over where I caught him a couple times until I see something better. And there we go. The drift worked. I'll try to do that drift again. There we go. That feels better. That feels better. There we go. That's a keeper. I don't know, maybe he's short. Oh, he's so close. He's so close. It's too close. It's too close. Alright, well, it's alright. There's gotta be some that are slightly bigger. Alright, we just reset the drift. Yeah, it's not easy fishing though, I'll tell you that much. I thought it would be a little bit easier. The wind is definitely still holding up a little bit. I just can't believe how cold it is still. Water temps are below 55. Air temps are probably close to that. It's Memorial Day. I don't see any birds anymore. But I'm just basically staying in the area where, you know, we've caught fish. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. There we go. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. Oh. Oh. This is a good fish. That one's gonna keep. Oh yeah, he's 20. Easy 20. 20. Now we can shorten our drifts. So we kind of know where the fish are now. Well, thank you, buddy. Just bleed them out. We just got to keep working the same area. I'm not gonna get fancy just yet. That's where I'm getting marks. So it's like right in this zone. Oh, oh, bluefish. Definitely a bluefish. So caught that last one on this. Back to the grub. I feel like I'm getting more fluke bites on this pink grub. And I attach it to more of like a squid jig head to kind of give it slightly different action. Jiggling it on the bottom, they would just grab it. I felt like they were just grabbing it but not swallowing it. Really thankful that I followed those birds in the beginning and came to this little area, because this is like hard conditions to explore. And a lot of boats I've seen come and go. Like a lot of boats are not like redoing their drifts. So I don't think it's like gangbusters fluking out here. The bite that I'm on is not really gangbusters either, but at least there seems to be at least like one bite every drift of something. Moving at a pretty decent clip, 1.25 miles an hour. Oh, that was a hit. You see that? Oh. I almost think that it's like Fluke trying to nip at it a little bit. That's a sea robin. That's a cool fish. That's a fluke. So he inhaled this, though. They're so cool when they swim off. I'm gonna put this fluke away in the cooler. We're gonna reset the drift. Alright, this is gonna be my last drift though. If I don't get a good fish, I think I'm gonna have to search elsewhere. I'm afraid to go searching though, because I'm just watching all these boats just be unsuccessful. They're in very localized spots, and without the birds giving me the cue of where that spot is, I don't know. Okay, so as you heard there, I was contemplating whether or not to move, and I actually did end up moving. This is a sundial or a window pane. That's actually not a summer flounder or fluke. But what I ended up actually doing was chasing some birds I thought were working on the shoal, but when I got to them, they were sort of off the shoal. So yeah, I turned around and went back to the same spot, did one drift with the underwater, as you're basically seeing that right here, and then reviewed the footage quickly, and then decided to just stay here because yeah, I was getting bites, and it just seemed that a lot of the fish were concentrated over this very minor contour. You can see some sand waves in the background there that these fluke are on, but those really aren't on a larger ledge or anything like that. This is a very relatively flat bottom that I'm working, so it's sort of tough to know exactly where the fish are going to be. And I think learning through this, it's really, you gotta find areas where there is bait, or at least was bait, and the fish have kind of held that area where the bait at least was. So now they're hiding and waiting for the bait to come back. And that's what I would see. I would see bait on my screen every now and then, but it was never a constant thing with big amounts of it. So yeah, again, just sort of fast drifting. It's pretty quick drifts. It's probably over a mile an hour, 1.2, and I'm trying to jig that 4-inch gulp grub in the background. Not so successfully because I am fighting wind and tide, or I'm fighting the wind to go with the tide, and that's what's making it very difficult to do this underwater, and that's also why I just didn't do much. It's just very difficult conditions to try to make this work. I do think that the gulp shrimp worked pretty good. I got a few bites on that chartreuse tail. I really think attracts them. As you can see, this guy just keeps coming back, and he does eventually bite it completely, and I hook him and reel him in. And I was using a barbless hook on there too, so the hook came out very easily. I did that one drift with the underwater camera and caught a couple fish. Ooh, good marks. Good marks. Yeah, this area is definitely, I think, where I need to stay. Oh, don't tell me I just get broke off again. That was such a good fish. We're gonna go redo the drift where we got that nice bite. Let's try this. That's a relatively good sand eel imitation. I think so. Oh, wow. That's a good fish. It's not that good. Doing a sand eel presentation though, definitely got that fish to bite, because I just went over that same. Man, these fish are so fat. Beautiful. Such a cool green eye too. Oh, that's a good fish. Ooh, it's a mackerel. It's a mackerel. Nice mackerel. That's awesome. Dude, that's cool. That is so cool. Keeping that guy, and that's why you gotta match the hatch, because you get other species. Isn't that cool though? I'll bleed him out. I liked it. Mackerel. I had mackerel last time. We had a little bit of a sand eel thing in the western sound. It was really good. That's a big mackerel too. Just jigging it on the bottom, but I got hit like a ton of bricks. It was so cool. Oh, the only downside to the non-gulp is you don't get many second chances. Gulp, you can get like 2 or 3 chances sometimes, you know. A lot of boats out here now. It's just like I turned around and everything's there. Is that a good fish? It could be a good fluke. So 18.
Growth for second Long Island Sound on channel 16, over.
They are turning on over here though.
Second Long Island Sound, United States Coast Guard 36. Correction. 36.
Not bad, guys. We're getting them. Dude, these things are working good. Big robin. I'm gonna keep one robin. Just another mackerel. Another mackerel. Nice. How many sea robins? I don't know if we're gonna get porgies or not, so this thing's working really good though. Catching everything with this thing. This is fun. There's a lot of good action here. And the current's gonna change in probably, I don't know, 30 minutes. It is finally calming down. Oh, let's see if I can stand for a second. Slack tide. Slack tide is tough. Slack tide. Oh, had to be from the mackerel. Ugh. All right, well that's my cue. It's getting a little crowded out here. This tide is slacking out. I think I'm just gonna go shallow, try to find some porgies, maybe a fluke. I stopped because I'm marking stuff. All I've got ready is the Squidtrex. I'll give it a try. That thing vibrates like crazy. It's a fluke. This thing catches. I want to get my regular jig head down there. This was really meant to be for porgies. I think there's fluke around. Just leaving it there. Oh, that's a good fish. It might just be a keeper. Oh. On the Squidtrex. I don't know if he's a keeper. He's gonna be close. Alright. To the edge. Oh. Yeah, that's a keeper. I'm not being picky. You know, he's on the line, so I'm gonna do it because I really don't know if I can get another one. Just dead sticking the Squidtrex, basically. Man, these hooks are so tiny, though. They're good hooks, but they're just so tiny. But yeah, this little Squidtrex did it. Alright, let's see if we can do some stand-up Squidtrexing for Fluke. That's gotta be a new one, right? This thing is working. I can't believe it. I think it's just a very small profile. It's doing really good. I think I'm gonna do this drift again. This is a good drift. Decent fluke. That's not a keeper. Squidtrex is owning them, man. I think I do want to reset the drift. There's a lot of good action there. I just basically stopped. I was trolling and then I just stopped because I saw some bait, like similar to what I was seeing back at the first main spot. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna give this some time. Ooh. Definitely a lot of fluke here. This thing is crushing them. Oh, dude, look at that. What is that? I think that's like spearing. Pretty cool. So yeah, there's not just sand eels here. It's always about the bait. It's always ever been about the bait. Oh, oh, that might be a keeper. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. He might be like another 19er. I think this one's smaller. I think he's gonna be 18 and a half. Those hooks get him good. I think it's when there's two of them in there, it definitely helps a lot. Yeah, he's 18. 18 incher. Alright. See ya. What do you think? I think we need to reset the drift. Yeah, I want to reset. I think it's kind of slack tide still, but once it picks up, standing and drifting with the wind like this is gonna be really nice. Look at all those boats out there though, man. They're all near the tip of the shoal. I'm kind of in the middle now. Oh, this is a good fish. It's gonna be close. It's not a keeper. Oh, it's alright. That was not a keeper. So fun. They really tick this line on this. Be a decent one. Oh, he's a fighter, but he doesn't feel very heavy. Oh, he just barfed up everything. This thing looks so good in the water too. Look at that. When you vibrate, and there's a vibration. You guys can't really tell that through the video, but there's a very strong vibration in the tip of the rod, which I definitely think helps attract. Oh, I love the way they hit this thing, man. Feel his teeth on the line. He swallowed it. Oh my gosh. It's not a keeper. With these size hooks, you can't really toss them though. If you really want a half chance of getting them, you gotta net them. So that's what I'm learning. Oh. I love the way they thump this thing, man. They really thump this thing. 22 feet. And I would love to get one of these Fluke 2 underwater on the Squidtrex. I might try it on the next drift. Alright, so I did end up getting a little bit of footage with the Squidtrex. Right there you can see it kind of jigging. That's a hard pop. These are probably hard pops that I'm doing. But yeah, look at that Fluke chasing it up. So cool. I mean, these Fluke were definitely very interested in this Squidtrex, and I didn't catch too many sea robins. But yeah, watch this. This is one of the best shots. Right there. So cool to see. If you watch the Fluke closely on the first jig up right there, he follows it with his head and his eyes, but he stays low, waits for it to come back down, and then strikes. A lot of Fluke out here. I feel bad, like emptying the stomachs of all these guys. I don't think they're gonna have a problem though getting it refilled. They're just gorging themselves on these sandies. That's crazy. This is so this Squidtrex is only a quarter ounce. Now, I would say it's probably it's it's too light for this kind of a drift speed at this depth, but I think if I were to, you know, buy one that's bigger, they probably I wouldn't get as many hits. This is a very cost-effective lure, though. As long as these hooks hold up, that's really what I was worried about. If we had these conditions before, we would have just crushed it. But I can't complain. We got a fair amount of fish. This is my seltzer. This is so good. I don't know how they make this without a sweetener. It's amazing. All right, guys, that's it. Headed in. You know, it's a new area to me, so I really wouldn't have had any idea of where to go. But the key, I think, was getting out early and kind of learning that area, seeing where the birds were working. I found that area. Initially, there was definitely some small patches of fish there. And then I kind of learned through that, yeah, the fish were definitely in those sort of areas. So I found a similar contour type area in a little bit. And then, you know, found that second keeper there. So yeah, the fish are, you know, they're out there, but a lot of short fish. And you do have to kind of search. It's a different type of fluke fishing that what I'm used to, I guess. You know, I really like to find exact pieces and fish for fluke, but this is really more an area. And you can get away with kind of drifting and dreaming a bit more because they're very large areas, and the fluke are just, you know, in a lot of places. The more you can find the bait, the better. But I didn't really at all see birds, you know, like diving on bait, except for that morning hour they were doing that. But after that, you know, once kind of the boats showed up, I didn't really see that kind of activity. Really fun style of fishing. It's a little bit more laid back, I think, and easier. But yeah, there's a lot of shorts, so it's kind of fun to mess around with them, try different lures. The Squidtrex really did work great. You know, there it is. And this is a 1/4 ounce. The hooks are so tiny, but you know, if you play them right on a good rod, if you have like a light rod, then you can play them right. Yeah, it's cool to find the mackerel too. It's really cool to see mackerel out here. And there's a lot of cool stuff out here, but the water is still really cold. It's only 55. It's 57 now, 58. But you know, that's after the sun's been heating on it, you know, for half of the day. So it's still pretty chilly out here. The porgies, not really seeing any porgies. I tried porgies, you know, in some of the shallow boulders that I've seen porgies in the past, but not yet, at least over there. And I think they're out west more. I know where they are, but I'm just surprised that they're not here as well. Happy Memorial Day. Hope you guys enjoyed. Spend time with family, friends, all that. Yeah, very thankful to get out. All right, take care, guys. See you on the next one.